What does life mean? What will give me a sense of meaning to what I'm doing, to where I'm headed, to my daily experiences? If you really, really want something, if you really love it, if it's really important to you, you will find the energy. You will find the answer. You have to be careful because time passes really quickly. Those years in your 20s, they go by faster than you think. So you're a detective looking in the interior of your childhood, of your early years, for those kinds of details. Are you unhappy? Are you frustrated? Are you hitting kind of rock bottom? To know who you are, to know what you were meant to do in life, why you were born, what makes you unique, requires a lot of reflection on yourself, self-awareness, self-knowledge. You have to go inward. And when your attention is always focused so much on what other people are doing, what other people are saying, what they think is hot, what they think is cool, you become kind of a stranger to yourself, right? So when I talk about that concept to them, it's like, it sounds interesting, Robert, but I have no idea what that is. I don't know what my life's task is. Now, that's maybe 30 or 40% of the emails that I get. It's quite high, but it's not all of them. But it is a trend I've noticed with young people who are going through, I think, very, very confusing times. And I'm very empathetic to it because I was actually someone who was quite lost in my 20s, and I know the pain that can cause. Not feeling like your life has any meaning. I think that's something that really is tormenting a lot of young people. What does life mean? What will give me a sense of meaning, right? To what I'm doing, to where I'm headed, to my daily experiences. And not having that is deeply disturbing, and I've been through that myself. You have to get out of this way of thinking that so many people have, which everything has to be simple and linear, and I'm headed in this direction, there's got to be a solution, like I'm hacking my way to the truth. Life doesn't work that way. Life is very complex. So I can't give you a single track answer to finding your life purpose, you as an individual, but I can give you kind of clues. I can kind of direct you towards certain paths that have worked for me and that have worked for hundreds and thousands of other people who've become masters or very successful in their field. And the first thing is you have to go inward. So you have to resist the pull that our culture gives you. You have to also really want this. That's probably what it really comes down to. Are you unhappy? Are you frustrated? Are you hitting kind of rock bottom? Is this a turning point in your life where you realize if I keep going this way in 5 years, it's going to be really serious? Okay, it has to be important to you, and you have to have a sense of urgency. And with that sense of urgency, you have to make some decisions. And one of the decisions that's absolutely essential is to pay less attention to what other people are doing, to pay less attention to what other people are saying, to pay less attention to what people are telling you should be doing, and to go inward and think about yourself, and think about what you love and what your interests are that have nothing to do with what people are doing on social media, the things that grab you, that excite you deeply inside in a way that's almost irresistible. Well, the people out there, you have that. There's something like that. You had it when you were a child. You had it when you were 2, 3, 4 years old, 5 years old, and you've lost it because you're listening too much to other people. So it's kind of like archaeology would be the metaphor. You have to dig and dig and dig and find those bones and those relics and those artifacts from your past, the things that really excite you, as well as the things that you hate. Each of those stories, there's a lesson for people, right? And that's what I compiled in Mastery. But it all begins from a sense of urgency. I can't go on this way. I have to find something that I love. When you're 20 or 21, maybe you don't feel that urgency because you're so young. You look good, you have lots of energy, the world's kind of open to you. But you have to be careful because time passes really quickly. Those years in your 20s, they go by faster than you think. And if you're turned 30 and you never thought about this, and you're kind of been wandering around trying things, it starts to get a little difficult, much harder for you. So it's better if you have that sense of urgency when you're 21 or 22. And the other thing I would say is, you don't learn anything if you're not excited by it. So you have to have a sense of fun and adventure about this. So discovering what your life's task can't be this dreary, boring thing that Robert's advocate you do, where you, oh, I have to spend time with myself, I have to look, do a journal, blah, blah, blah. No, it's fun. It's an adventure. Trying different things that fit into this general shape of what you were destined for. It's a blast. When I was in my 20s, I had more fun than anybody. I had an amazing time. It was the best years of my life. I was trying all sorts of different things. I was exploring, I was traveling, I had adventures. So I don't want your life to be boring. I want you to learn, I want you to have adventures, but you have to have a sense of direction, a sense of purpose to guide that kind of those different adventures that you go on. But what happens with a lot of people, I also get correspondence from, or let's say turning 40 or even a little bit older, and they're coming to those crossroads, is it's even much more painful than when you're in your 20s, because there's a sense of regret, there's a sense that you've wasted your time. And to get back to a path that will suit you can be very difficult, as you mentioned. But there's also another side to that, which is you probably have been learning some skills in your life. You probably have had some experiences that have changed you. Because when you're 21, 22, you don't know the world, you don't know people, you think you know everything, but you don't know anything. You've never had any experiences in life, you never had to suffer. Maybe you have, but not really suffering like you do when you get older. Okay, so you're 40, you've had tough experiences, you've been hardened, you're not so fragile, and you've learned things. If you change your mindset at that age and you go, I'm going to take what I have, my experiences, my skills, what I've learned, and I'm going to redirect it towards something more exciting for me, then it will work for you. But as you say, it can be harder because you're more set in your ways. The pain that you feel when you get older, and we humans have very active minds. We're gifted with the most powerful organ in the entire universe, the human brain. The billions of possible connections in our brain is greater than anything in the entire universe. It is the most amazing instrument, and our brains are very active. And when you get older and you don't have anything to put your brain onto, and things are slowing down, you don't realize that that's what's making you depressed. You don't realize that the fact that you haven't been able to fulfill what you were meant to fulfill is actually the source of your misery and unhappiness. You will blame it on other people, you will blame it on the world, you will blame it on politics. You won't look at yourself and realize that it comes from you, and the sadness comes from you, and the fact that you're not maximizing, you're not exploiting this gift that you were given. You were born as an individual, completely unique. The DNA that comprises who you are has never existed in the millions of years of evolution and will never exist in the future. It is completely who you are. Your experiences as you grow up from 1 year and on is unique in the world. Nobody ever in the past or future will have exactly your experiences, exactly your parents, etc. That marks you as an individual, completely unique. It's like a seed that's planted at your birth, right? And if you cultivate that seed, if you cultivate that uniqueness, you discover your life's task, and you have success and power, and money will come to you, and your life will be fulfilled. And if you don't, to any degree, if you completely fail in that, then you're going to have the opposite. You're going to have a life of a lot of suffering and unhappiness and dissatisfaction. But the question always arises, how do I find my life's task, Robert? I really have no idea. The first thing I say is, it all depends on the level of your desire, which is true for anything in life. If you really, really want something, if you really love it, if it's really important to you, you will find the energy, you will find the answer. But if you're only kind of half interested in it, if you're only kind of teased by the idea, if you're intrigued by it, it's not enough, you'll never have the energy to go to the search of discovering your life's task. So I tell you, you have to love this idea. You have to love that unique person in you as if it's like an actual human being that you love. You're falling in love with it. You want them. You want to pursue it. It means a lot to you. You also have hate, because hate and anger is a very powerful emotion. You need to be motivated to this. What do you hate? You hate all the other influences in your life They're distracting you from your life's task. You hate your parents for telling you this is what you should go into. You don't hate your parents, but you hate them telling you that this is what you should go into. You need to become a lawyer. You need to become a doctor. You need to do this. Get rid of that. Get out of my life. Get that out of my head. You hate peers who are telling you what's cool, what's interesting. You hate all the crap on social media that's filling you with what trends are, with what other people are doing, with what other people are interested. That's your enemy. The enemy is what people are trying to tell you what you should be interested in. So if you're able to generate that kind of love and to see clearly the enemy, then the life's task can kind of flow to you in a kind of nice, fluid manner. Now, the other thing is, I often ask people, what is the thing that you want to do the most on your own? If you can close your door and get away from your parents, which all children have that desire for, what is it that you would do? And for me, whenever and this happened a lot, I would close that damn door and I would get out all my books and I would just read and read and read and read and read. These are the little signs that revealed that Robert, very young Robert, had a love of language, that writing was something that would be a natural fit for him. And basically, the idea is there are 5 forms of intelligence that he kind of signals in his book. And he says that everybody has a kind of tendency in their brain towards that kind of intelligence. And just very briefly, there's words and linguistics, like I mentioned for me. There's music and musical pattern, which is an obsession with sounds for their own sake, and melody and harmony and all these other things. There's mathematics and logic, which is numbers and the ordering of things in logical fashion. There's spatial intelligence, which is something I failed miserably when I was a child, which is actually looking at images and figuring out how to manipulate them in your brain, something that Nikola Tesla was probably the greatest genius at. People who end up in engineering or who are visual artists often have that. And finally, there's kinetic intelligence, which is the body, which is, just basically the love of moving your body and having an awareness of it. I would add another one, which is social intelligence, the love of getting along with people, of empathizing with them, understanding their world. The idea is that your brain has a natural inclination. Just look at it as kind of going down a hill, that your thoughts and ideas incline in that direction. They incline towards words, towards sounds and music, towards spatial organization, towards logical ordering of things, towards moving your body, towards people. Whatever. There might be even other grades of this or whatever. And it's not like, I want to be a mathematician when you're 6 years old, or I'm going to become a physicist. It's these little things that reveal that you have this kind of inclination, like I had towards words. And I ask people to kind of dig inside themselves and to find little stories when you were a child of those particular moments that will reveal some kind of excitement that you had in relation to something that might seem trivial. There was the story of Steve Jobs when he was 6 years old, and his father was taking him through the streets of Sunnyvale, California, and he passed a store of equipment of like cameras, stereos, etc. And his eyes got wide open. Wow, just the beauty of the objects, just the metal, the components, the shininess, how they were designed. He just was fascinated with them. A very trivial moment in his life, something that was kind of just glossed over in his biographies, but for me, revealed one of these things that I'm talking about. So you're a detective looking in the interior of your childhood, of your early years, for those kinds of details. People will say, well, Robert, I don't have anything like that. I'm sorry, I'm lost. I can't remember anything like that. They exist. You're just not looking enough. You're not spending the time. You don't have that desire for reaching it. You're not writing every day in a notebook about what they could be. You're not looking hard enough. They are there. There are moments where you felt so excited by something you could barely control it, and there was a kind of a pleasure in it. And so even if, let's say it was music that excited you, even if you had to practice the piano day by day, a rather boring task, you found practice actually kind of fun. These are signs of what I call your life's task.